Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Ravencast. I am your host, Lord Triton, and today we'll be reacting to James FishBacks Press Conference. Apparently, he has a lot of dirt on Byron Donald, so we're going to be reacting to that, and as well as covering the news, other more news and stuff. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, all that jazzy. So now let's go ahead and let's pull it up and let's see what we're getting ourselves into. So James Fishback claims to have something really damning on Byron that's going to just change the entire election. So let's see what he has in store for us. So we're going to go ahead, pull it up. 3, 2. Oh.
Donald's to the presumption of innocence.
Here, let's go back.
Good afternoon, everyone. As I alluded last Thursday, a government whistleblower approached my campaign with a disturbing pattern of evidence implicating Congressman Donalds. I want to stay right at the outset. This is the first conference I have ever done that has never had any campaign signature, because this is not a political event. Let me directly say, this is the first and last time I will talk about this, because what I am discussing today is not political. What I am discussing today is about informing the voters of Florida about something that they deserve to know about.
What is this? This is because I was reading the chat. Is this some sex scandal? Like, what the fuck does he have on Donald that is that damning? That is just that like big, because he's like, oh, this is something not political. This is something that Florida voters need to know. And I'm looking in the chat, and they're saying all sex trafficking. Like, this must be something really damning. So that's what he's framing it up to be.
Elected representative. With that said, I've directed my campaign from here on out to not run any ads, to not promote what I'm going to discuss today in any way, shape, or form. Because once again, this is not political. This is about transparency. On July 21st, 2026, NBC News reported that Republican Florida Congressman Corey Mills was under criminal investigation by the Department of Justice.
Oh, okay. Now I know what he's getting into. Yes, I saw that on Twitter, actually, that Corey Mills was being investigated for, it's basically this guy that's Byron's like endorsing his friends, and he's being investigated for a lot of shit.
Like virtually every federal investigation, this one began with a single suspect and quickly spread to include others. This government whistleblower who approached my campaign has confirmed that this investigation has now expanded to include U.S. Congressman Byron Donalds, who, along with Corey Mills, is under investigation for federal sex trafficking.
What the fuck? So Byron Donalds is in on this? So apparently this guy that Byron's connected to, the congressman that Byron endorsed and is friends with, is in this investigation? What the fuck? Byron hired some at work, bro. Good luck. Appreciate you, Dan. Byron hired some escorts. Oh, apparently this is worse. Apparently this was sex trafficking like Andrew Tate level.
Prosecutors are investigating two dates in question: May 17th, 2024, and November 19th, 2024. Dates when Congressman Mills and Donalds are said to have traveled to the MGM National Harbor, a luxury hotel resort in Oxon Hill, Maryland, where prosecutors believe that both Mills and Donalds solicited, procured, and paid women for sexual acts. Federal prosecutors are in the final stages of this investigation and will soon charge both men under Title 18 of the U.S. Code, Section 1952, a felony that carries a conviction of 5 years in prison. In the coming hours, Byron Donalds will call this investigation a political attack. It's not. The Department of Justice, led by a Trump appointee of the same political party, is not investigating Congressman Donalds for political reasons. They are investigating him because there is credible evidence that he committed a very serious crime. My campaign from the beginning has not been about...
Damn, bro. So, I mean, it makes sense why Byron's the one in Florida that's basically protecting the Epstein people and is not going to arrest the Epstein pedos. Just because he's implicated in that stuff too. He's literally implicated in the same, well, not in the Epstein files, but like in the same kind of acts, if what James FishBacks is saying is true.
Running against...
Now, after this press conference, I'm going to look at the evidence of the investigation because I want to make sure that everything FishBacks saying is true, and I do trust him. But serious claims like this requires a lot of deep digging, and everything is said in this press conference is alleged on my end.
Congressman Donalds, it has been about running for the people of my state. My campaign did not seek out this information. My campaign was approached by a whistleblower who provided details that only someone with
false allegations, no charges pressed. He literally just said that's being processed right now. And the NBC article is true. It is true that they are under investigation. That part is fact. Now, what's alleged is the claims itself. Are the claims real? Nah. Dumb Americans like you just believe anything the media says. What do you mean? I criticize the media all. Okay, don't be here rage baiting. You know I criticize the media all the time, and I literally just said you're NPC. Well, fuck you.
Direct knowledge of a federal investigation could know. In fact, this whistleblower informed us that Corey Mills was under federal investigation before it was even reported by the media. NBC News reported this on July 21st, and a letter provided by a whistleblower dated July 20th to the Department of Justice made reference to this criminal investigation regarding Mills and Donalds.
So this Corey Mills guy and Donalds, they were both under investigation before the media report even came out. So you can't sit there and say that this is a coordinated attack by James FishBacks or even the media, right? Can't even say that when they are actually under investigation. Now, what you can say is you don't know if the investigation is accurate or not, because at this time we just know that they're under investigation. But yeah, that's the thing. They're under investigation for this. Why hasn't Byron even made this public or talked about, hey, I'm under investigation for this. This is all bullshit. It's like he's literally waiting until the stuff comes out. It's like if it was me and I was under the investigation and I knew it was bullshit, I would have came out and said, hey, I'm under the investigation for something bullshit. Because that's the thing, you're running for Florida governor, so I feel like the voters should definitely know if you're under investigation. You know what I mean? Like Trump, let everyone know he was under investigation. Because that's the thing, these serious allegations do happen. Because look what happened Trump 2016, the same thing. But thing is, it's like it's under current investigation right now. And yeah, it's just not a good look.
Furthermore, my legal team has spent weeks attempting to independently verify this investigation, and we have done just that. Text messages sent from Corey Mills to himself to a third party confirm that he and Congressman Donalds were in fact both at the MGM Harbor on both of the dates that are now the focus of federal prosecutors. These are the text messages in question sent.
So these are the receipts. So let's see. I went to SMG with Byron next year next to Byron's office. Just Byron. I hit the. Basically, these are messages from Corey Mills confirming that they were at that location where sex trafficking allegedly happened. So, not really a good look. And that's the thing. If they get investigated and they found to be innocent, then boom. But if they found to be guilty and Byron ends up winning the primary, he should have his role stripped, because we shouldn't have people that are breaking the law and involved in sex trafficking being leaders of our state.
Congressman Mills to a third party on the date in question, the most recent of which by federal prosecutors is November 19th, 2020.
Also, another thing too is Aaron Baker did go to this thing. I like Aaron Baker and all that. He's a good, and I'm not trying to drag him into this, but Aaron Baker has been going to Corey Mills events as well. He just went there like today, and it's like, hopefully, Aaron, you're looking at this press conference and watching this stream, because Corey's not. It's not looking good for Corey, man. It's not looking good for Corey or Byron in this at all. If what they're being accused of is true, then they both should be disavowed immediately.
I went to MGM with Byron. And then February,
which I'm sure Aaron didn't know about all this though, because Aaron's just trying to, focus on getting himself voice. So I'm not trying. I'm just saying, Aaron, now that this is publicly out there by Fishback, you probably should disavow Corey Mills, or at least make a statement saying, if this is true, I disavow.
May 14th, 2024, me and Byron. Before I came here today, I tried every possible avenue to clear, exonerate Congressman Donalds of the fact that he might not be subject to this investigation, including reviewing a letter that was sent on July 20th to the Department of Justice, asking them to confirm whether any component of the department is currently investigating or has investigated Byron Donalds, and they refused to comment. For reference, the Department of Justice just put out a letter clearing Florida Republican Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna of being under criminal investigation. And despite our attempt to get a letter like this about Congressman Donald's federal investigation, we were unable to do so.
That is really weird, because if he wasn't guilty of anything, you'd think they would clear that up. It seems like there's still a lot of things that they're looking into that are, really sus and doesn't clear Donalds at all. So it's like Byron Donalds definitely needs to address it. And if he does respond today, I will go live and react to his response, because I want to make sure, I'm representing both sides really fairly here. If Corey responds or Byron responds or any of them responds to these serious allegations, I will be, I will react to their response. But given what James FishBack's shown so far, it is not looking good for them. It is not looking good. The fact that they were confirmed to be at the place where sex trafficking allegedly happened just shows it's like, yeah, ugh.
Let me be clear. Our Constitution entitles Congressman Donalds to the presumption of innocence.
And that's the thing, he does have a right to prove his innocence. If he's innocent, prove your innocence. And even though I don't like Byron Donalds, I will say, hey, he's innocent. If he can prove his innocence and he can prove his innocence within this investigation, I will say, you know what? Good on you. But until then, it's like, it's really sus. He has a lot to answer for. And I feel like this definitely doesn't make him look good at all.
And while he deserves that presumption, voters deserve transparency.
Oh yeah, they do. Us voters, we deserve transparency. We deserve to know what's going on with this kind of shit. And the fact that this kind of shit is, being kind of swept under the rug, it just doesn't feel right to me. Not only that, but the Department of Justice won't even clear Byron of it. It's like, if you are investigating someone of criminal acts, maybe you shouldn't let them run until they're cleared out of the investigation. Just because it's like, what if he does win and he ends up proving being guilty? Like, it just...
I specifically gave Congressman Donalds the opportunity to come before the public, to share what he knew, and to disclose the details of this investigation, and he chose not to. That's why I reluctantly came here today, without a campaign sign, with a clear and expressed commitment that this will not be part of campaign material, this will not be part of TV ads, and I ask my other opponents in the race to respect that as well. This is about one thing.
See, if Jay Collins, Paul Reiner, or any of them try to put this shit in the fucking campaign ads, and that's how you know that, they're dishonest hacks willing to do it for political gain. The fact that James FishBacks, that's the thing, I know some arguments would be like, oh, he's just doing it to look good. I don't think so. I think he truly is, because he's literally saying he's not going to put that in a campaign ad. He's not going to make this political. He's not going to make this about his campaign or anything, because that's the thing. It's not something you should, this is something that's not political. This is something that's outside our realm, and it's something that should be investigated before he should even be qualified and checked to be running for governor. The fact that people like Byron can even fucking run for governor, even though they're being under investigation, really just makes you ask a lot of questions of how, transparent our government really is.
And one thing only, letting voters know transparently and with accountability what Congressman Donalds is currently being investigated for. All questions regarding this investigation should now be directed to the Department of Justice or to Congressman Donalds. My campaign has shared everything that we know, and now it is up to Congressman Donalds to speak directly to the voters of our state. Thank you very much.
And I hope he does. And looks like this stream ended there, so we reacted to the whole press conference. So that is some crazy stuff being accused of Byron. That's a lot of crazy stuff. He's basically accused of being part of a sex trafficking ring with Corey Mills. And now that's the thing. Do I know if it's true or not? No. This is brand new information. This is all alleged. But I will be on top of the story when Byron Donalds responds to it. Where is Byron? That is a good question. Where is Byron? Where is he? Where is he? Why isn't he speaking out to the votes? But that's the thing. When he makes his response, I will be reacting to his response, breaking it down unbiasedly, even though I do have a bias because I do like James FishBacks. But with these serious allegations, it's very, very important not to be, not to be biased, to be unbiased as possible. Is the burn the world here? I don't know. Maybe. Burn the World 10 or Byron Donalds. I don't know. Burn could be in chat. I don't know. He hasn't said anything, so I don't know. But if he's in here, he can talk or just watch. I don't know. But that's the thing, right? These are very serious allegations being claimed against Byron Donalds, and text messages prove that Corey Mills and Byron were both at the place where apparently sex trafficking was alleged to be happening. So it's not really a good look, but at the end of the day, these are just allegations at the end of the day. And Byron still has to represent his side for me to come for a full on judgment. So, yeah. So that's just my opinion on it. And I'm going to wait for Byron's side. Now, let's go ahead and get to the political stuff with the James Fishback thing because Peter Griffin has now made his takes on the situation regarding the political thing very clear. So we're going to go ahead and react to Peter Griffin, the same Peter Griffin Goiper thing that destroyed Dan Bilzerian. So Peter Griffin has once again made a political comment, and he's made it on James Fishback. So let's see what Mr. Peter Griffin has to say about Mr. James Fishback. Let's go. And I really do like this account too. All right. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Taking the long shot over Trump's guy, that's bold.
What if the only real America First candidate in Florida is the one the establishment is trying to bury?
You mean that Fishback guy?
Bingo, son. James Fishback, running against the Trump-endorsed frontrunner, Byron Donalds, and the entire Republican machine.
Byron Donalds is a DEI hire. Spread the word.
You're picking the long shot over Trump's guy? That's bold.
Joe, when we say America First, we mean it. Fishback refused money.
Exactly. See, of course it's Joe, the disabled retard in the wheelchair defending Byron. Well, but that's the thing. It is true. Like what the Stewie AI Peter Griffin said about Byron being a DI hire. Yep, that's factual. And James Fishback is the only candidate in the race that has not taken money from AIPAC. That is true. That is 100% correct.
From groups tied to foreign countries, explicitly named AIPAC, criticizes U.S. aid to Israel and the lobbying that comes with it. No empty slogans.
All you people do is run on isolationism nowadays.
That's just for openers. Fishback is pushing hard restrictions on H-1B visas and removing foreign workers from state jobs and contracts. He wants to ban new AI data centers, calls them resource.
100%. And this is why I support James Fishback, because he's literally saying the right things and actually doing the right policies and saying the things, not just saying the things, but implementing policies that we really need. We don't need all these AI data centers. We don't need that shit. We got to get rid of that shit. All it does is just destroy the water supply and help spread more AI propaganda. These AI data centers need to go.
Vampires that raise your power bill and wreck communities.
Same with flock cameras. Fourth Amendment violation.
Oh, yes. Fourth Amendment violation, period. Me and Aaron Baker actually talked about this on the other day in the show. And Aaron Baker said that technically it's like flock cameras itself are like fine because it's like, if you need to basically get someone with speeding and all that. But they definitely need to put a lot of restrictions on the flock cameras, especially to stop people from, let's say, spying on the wife, spying on the spouse, using it for personal gain. It's like flock cameras, if they are to be allowed, they need to be used for only legal purposes and to make sure that it's not violating the Fourth Amendment and not violating privacy, because these flock cameras do violate privacy. They are everywhere. They're not just on traffic lights. They are literally on pedestrian sidewalks and even parks. It's like, what the fuck is a flock camera doing at a park? It should only be used for speeding cars or something like that. Even then, it's like it shouldn't be used for personal gain. And if you can't use flock cameras correctly, then you need to outright just get rid of this shit because it's not being used properly at all.
Period. Get that surveillance trash out of here before it's too late.
What about regular people, though?
Affordability. Eliminate homestead property taxes. Protect farmland from Wall Street and outside buyers. His line is simple. Florida is our home. America is our birthright. Nativist, localist, nationalist. No globalist hangover.
Yeah, no thanks. I'm not endorsing this racist.
Fishback is not a racist, Brian. He'll fight for people of every background, but he's actually telling the truth about immigration and the impact it has on the job market and the social fabric.
See, just because you tell the truth about immigration doesn't mean you are racist. That's what people need to get out of their head. Just because we don't want foreigners to invade our country, it doesn't mean we hate them because of their race. We don't hate them because they're Mexican, Indian, or whatever. We hate them because they're illegally invading our lands and taking our jobs by being on these H-1B visas and literally getting special treatment over our own citizens. And that's the big problem.
That's the difference between him and the usual traders.
I don't know. He sounds kind of extreme.
Extreme is watching your state get sold off to BlackRock while the neighborhoods get flooded with Indians and Hispanics. Get real, nigga.
If you actually mean America
Stewie's right. Get real, N-word.
first, Fishback is the one running on it. The rest are just renting the brand. August 18th. Don't forget to vote.
So my final take on this is Peter Griffin is right. He does tell the truth on a lot of things. Fishback is running on America First policies, is running to get rid of the flock cameras, is running on H-1B visas and all that, and is not a Zionist shill. Now, that's the thing. I know a lot of people say, but Paul Reiner is running on the same thing, right? Paul Reiner, he's running on the same shit. He's running on the same thing. But here's the difference between James Fishback and Paul Reiner. Paul Reiner is bought out by Israel. Even though he's against AI data centers, against flock cameras, against all that, he still praises Israel and says, oh, Israel's the greatest ally. We need to send more money to Israel. It's like, nah. James Fishback, I feel like, is the perfect candidate. He's the only candidate that doesn't support AI data set. Like, it basically has all the right things, including being opposed to Israel, plus all the other things that we need as Americans too. Because I know Israel's not the only issue, but it's the main issue that we do need, because we don't need our money, our tax dollars, to be sent to a foreign lobby. Like, that's just stupid. We don't need our money to be sent to a foreign lobby. Not only that, but that's the thing too, is James Fishback is the only one that is literally advocating for America First, that isn't owned by BlackRock or any of these fucking property firm companies, and is not owned by the Israeli Zionist New World Order, globalist order that's trying to take away our freedoms and our rights and stuff like that. So, yeah. I thought the press conference would be longer, but apparently, all right, so yeah. So James Fishback, he definitely still has my vote. I am not going to, drop my vote. I'm still voting for him. He has my vote. He's the only one that's America First. He's the only one that actually, puts Florida first. And he's the only one that's actually, has some fucking balls to stand up to the establishment instead of being some DEI hire loser. So yeah, Fishback has my total vote, my total endorsement. And I'll make sure that I try my best with my influence to get him to win. So yeah, let's see what other news is going on, because this is a shorter stream, because I mainly just wanted to cover that shit. So yeah, I'll see what's going on with the Twitter stuff. But yeah, James Fishback is, yeah. We are, let's see, what other things is there to go over? Okay, I want to react to Peter Griffin's video, because Peter Griffin also made fun of Tucker Carlson too. So let's react to that. And then we could also react to James Fishback versus Sneeko. And then that'll be it for today's news, just covering Fishback stuff and all that. Let's cover Peter Griffin shitting on Tucker Carlson. I also want to, you know what? I'm going to cover this, and I'm going to cover Nick Fuentes disavowing Thomas Massey, which I disagree with. And then we'll cover Fishback versus Sneeko, and then it'll be the end of the stream. So, yeah, get your popcorn going, guys. Get everything going, because it's going to be a longer show. Little show. All right, let's go ahead and pull this up. Let's get right into it.
He's the only journalist allowed to. What if the guy screaming about the elite is just another trust fund manager keeping you in the pen?
You mean Tucker Carlson?
Bingo, son. Controlled opposition working for a clique pushing J.D. Vance. He gatekeeps the real takes, then dumps.
See, I disagree with that, right? I disagree with Tucker Carlson working with J.D. Vance still. It's like, bro, you can't sit there and say you're against the neocons, but then you're supporting someone like J.D. Vance. It's like, bro, J.D. Vance is literally the vice president, literally meets with Bibi Netanyahu every 3 days, literally admitted to that. Like, you really think he's our guy? He is not our guy. He's against us. He's against America First. He tried to silence Nick Fuentes. This guy is literally, not only that, but apparently at the beginning of the war, he was all for the Iran war, was saying bomb them and was supporting Israel's invasion of Iran, really wanted the United States to get involved in Israel's war. J.D. Vance is literally a puppet. He's literally a part of the establishment. And to the people that say he's not a part of the establishment are either retarded, stupid, or feds, literally. And I like Tucker Carlson, but I don't agree with the Vance shilling at all because J.D. Vance is a part of the problem. He is a part of the problem. He's a part of this fucking establishment problem. He's a part of the establishment. You can't sit there and claim to be America First, but then sweep for J.D. Vance. That's just not how it works.
Half-researched garbage and wild conspiracy bait so nothing ever gets too dangerous.
Bro literally said he was attacked by demons, absolute schizo. He fell off hard after Fox, let's be real.
Are you finally catching on to this goof? I've been saying he's a no-good idiot for years.
Tucker is not an idiot, Brian. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's the only journalist allowed to interview Putin. He's always in the Middle East doing diplomacy. He just plays ignorant and confused to cater to a gullible audience he can control. Total spook.
Come on, Peter. He's become a bit too anti-Israel for my taste, but Tucker's one of the only ones still fighting.
That's like the one thing we actually like about him, Drift King. But even that, he messes up by constantly downplaying the influence of Jews as a group. Very subversive.
It's not just that. He said in an interview lately that race, religion, and the right-left divide is a distraction created by the billionaires. I guess he's a Marxist now. He also said...
I mean, that part is kind of true, though. Don't y'all think? Like, you really think, like, right versus left, they want us to be fighting. They want us to believe in all this race shit. They want us to believe in all this shit so we can keep fighting each other. That part is kind of true. That race is just made to fucking divide us and shit. Like, they want all these race wars and shit. It's like, why the fuck are we fighting each other over whose color and what we look like? We gotta fight. That's the thing. If you guys want to fight and actually call people out based on the rhetoric, not just because, oh, the color of the skin is this, or the Muslim, or the Jewish, or this and that. It's like, no. Call people out based on their actions, not this blood guilt shit. The blood guilt shit is cringe. So I will disagree with Peter on that one because Tucker is right about that, right? He is right about race being an issue for the bill, about race, these race wars being incited by people like Elon Musk to actually, get us to fight. It is true. That part is true. So I will agree with Tucker Carlson on that.
That Egyptian planes were following Charlie Kirk prior to his assassination. We're still waiting for the proof on that.
I thought he was pretty smart. Why is he spreading false information?
It's part of his grift, Fatso. He floods the zone with noise about ancient aliens, giants, and deep underground military bases, while at the same time pretending there's nothing weird going on with Palantir.
See, that's another thing. It's like, you want to sit there and talk about these conspiracies, but then you don't want to call out Palantir. It's like, bro, Palantir is literally a tech giant that's corrupting everything. In fact, Peter Thiel, the creator of Palantir, literally fully admitted to investing into Israel's drone program. Literally investing into Israel's military. It's like, you want to say there's nothing wrong with Palantir, that Peter Thiel is your best friend? It's like, no, there is everything wrong with Palantir. Peter Thiel is a part of the establishment. Palantir is a part of the New World Order. That part is true.
We see right through you, glow nigger.
Tucker has a long history of intelligence-adjacent circles. His dad ran Voice of America, a front for the CIA. That background fits perfectly with steering the base towards safe candidates like Vance while keeping the harder questions on a leash.
You're just jealous he has a bigger platform than your obscure podcasts.
Joe, why are you even defending this guy? Do you not remember that he refused to cover the 2020 election? He's effectively glazing a law now, doing tricks on it.
He's totally fake. Even his stupid laugh is fake.
So he's not actually one.
That's his laugh. I ain't gonna lie. Tucker, buddy, your laugh is kind of, not gonna lie. When you go, it's like, how can anyone take you seriously?
One of us?
Tucker is on the side of managing dissent. Gatekeeps the hard questions, poisons the well with noise, and keeps the energy pointed at safe targets. Trust fund establishment guy playing populist. Don't fall for the performance.
All right, so that's Peter Griffin shitting on Tucker Carlson. What do y'all think on this? Do y'all type a 1 in chat if you believe Tucker Carlson's a spook? Type a 2 if you believe Tucker Carlson's a truth teller and that that Peter Griffin's wrong. I want to see what chat has to say. 1, that Tucker Carlson's a spook. 2, that Peter Griffin's wrong that Tucker Carlson's a truth teller. So far, chat says 1, that Tucker Carlson is a spook. Okay. And I kind of understand because he is the only journalist that's able to interview Putin. He's the only one that's going to Saudi Arabia, being best friends with the Saudis, even though Saudi Arabia literally is allied and owned by Israel as well. It's like, I don't know. You just can't really trust anybody online these days. You really can't. Not at all. You can't trust these people. These people are full of fucking shit. So I don't blame you guys for thinking Tucker Carlson is a spook, because guess what? Kind of is a spook. You know what I mean? Is definitely something weird about him, but yeah. All right, let's go and let's react to. All right, let's react to Nick Fuentes calling out Thomas Massie, because I have a lot to say on that, because I am a Thomas Massie supporter, and I do like a lot of what Massie says, and I feel like criticizing and disavowing Massie is really stupid in my opinion, because it's like, why the fuck are you disavowing someone that puts America first? Like, I don't get it. I really do not get it at all, bro. Like, this is so fucking stupid, bro. Like, you're literally gonna disavow Thomas Massie. It's like, no wonder why people think Nick Fuentes is a fed, because it's like, bro, literally. Let's see. All right, so let's go ahead and pull this up.
$150 to MTG now that she's advertising on Cameo for $150. Smirking face emoji.
Hey, thank you for the big super chat. Dude, she's on Cameo. It's crazy. Oh, it's so embarrassing. It's like, you look at that. That is the movement. In 2016, it was Donald Trump. Remember Donald Trump?
Well, guess what? Donald Trump fucking sold out, bro. So you can't say, oh, remember Donald Trump? Yeah, he fucking sold out. You even admit he sold out. So why the fuck would we support Donald Trump in 2026? He fucking sold out. If he didn't sell out, maybe the movement would still be Donald Trump. Have you ever guys thought about that, huh? Have you ever thought about maybe if he didn't sell out like a piece of shit, that he would still be the America First guy that people like myself would like? Duh, stupid ass.
From Celebrity Apprentice and Home Alone 2 and, you know, the billionaire celebrity with his name on Sky.
Who gives a fuck if we have? In fact, we don't need these billionaires in office anymore. That's the problem. Billionaires, fuck the billionaire celebrities. They don't even need to be in politics. We need to ban billionaires from being in politics, because that's why politics gotten so bad. Is these billionaires, these trust fund motherfuckers coming in and ruining everything. Like, these people are not America First. These billionaires fuck us over every single time.
Skyscrapers. He's an A-list celebrity. #1 show on cable. And now the coalition is Marjorie Greene, Thomas Massie, Joe Kent.
Yeah, what's wrong with Thomas Massie, bro? Thomas Massie literally is way more America First than Donald Trump. Thomas Massie got the Epstein files released. Thomas Massie got is the only one that's really voting no and actually, you know, holding Republicans accountable. You even admitted this, Nick. So why are you going? Look, I get you don't like Tucker Carlson, right? That's fine, but you can't do guilt by association and be like, oh, Thomas Massie did an interview with Tucker Carlson. Oh, I hate him too. It's like, dude, that is so fucking stupid. That is stupid and dumb. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, none of these people even win elections. Joe Kent lost.
Thomas Massie only lost the election because Israel put $32 million into his opponent. Duh. They spent $32 million and bought out his race. Duh. That's why he didn't win the election, dumb fuck. Like, are you fucking stupid? Nick, you literally covered this, so I don't know why you're being this fucking retarded. You literally covered this shit. You literally covered the whole Thomas Massie thing. So why are you being such a retard about it now? Like, I don't get it. Why?
Twice. Thomas Massey lost his election.
Yeah, why did he lose his election though? Oh wait, because they bought out the fucking seat and rigged it, you piece of shit. Duh. They spent $32 million to make sure Thomas Massey lost. You can't use that as an argument, bro. You can't.
Marjorie Greene, she became very unpopular because she sold out with Kevin McCarthy, and she probably wouldn't have survived a primary challenge either, would be my guess. I mean, these people are just so uninspiring. It's like,
how's Thomas Massey uninspiring? He got the Epstein files released. Literally. Got the Epstein files released.
Like a jilted MAGA mom, a libertarian, some Fox News expat.
What's wrong with the libertarian, huh? He's the only one that actually did shit, unlike the other congressmen. What other congressman's better than Thomas Massey? Name one. In fact, name one in chat too, guys, all you people watching. Name it. Come on. I need names. Name a congressman that's better than Thomas Massey right now. Oh, wait, there's none, because Thomas Massey was the one that got the Epstein files released. He's the one actually doing shit. He's the one that's putting America first in this administration. Are you that fucking stupid, Nick? Like, Nick, you are smarter than this. You even said why Thomas Massey lost when you originally covered it. Why are you now just being anti-Massey all of a sudden? I don't get it. I really don't get it at all.
Joe Kent, who was just like,
look, I don't like Joe Kent because he fucking flipped on the war, right? Joe Kent, Tucker Carlson, okay, cool. Maybe Marjorie Taylor Greene, okay, cool. But Thomas Massey, you're shitting on Thomas Massey, even though he's the only one that's getting shit done. He's the only one that got the Epstein files released. He's the only one that pushed Donald Trump and forced his hand to release the Epstein files. He's the only one actually voting no for foreign aid to Israel, the only one that voted no for our militaries to be merged with Israel. Thomas Massey's the only one putting America first. Not only that, he was the only Republican to vote no into Congress backing this invasion of Spain. How can you say Thomas Massey is not America first and that he's just some lame-o when he's the only one doing shit? Sorry, Nick, but you just do a fucking podcast. Okay? Yes, you have good messaging. Yes, you tell the truth sometimes, right? But why the fuck are you ankle biting Thomas Massey? I don't get it. Like, he's the only one putting America first. He's the only one putting our country first. And yet you're just going to ankle bite him? Why? What's the point? You're literally making the America First coalition worse and worse by not endorsing people like Massey and not being behind people like Massey. You're making it harder and harder for America First candidates to actually win or even want to make a change because of you ankle biting people like Massey. It's like, it's just so stupid. Why?
I mean, what even is he? He has no personality. He's a CIA spook. It's just absurd. Now she's on Cameo. Okay, there's we're taking the country back. Isn't this inspiring? 150 on
Joe
Cameo.
Mars 97 cent $20.
Okay, I'll support the Cameo stuff, but I do not agree with Nick's take on Thomas Massey because I think it's so fucking retarded. Also, there's another clip. I don't know if it's the same clip or if this is a newer clip talking about it because this one's 30 seconds long. Right here. All right, let's do it. So it's calling people out like myself, basically, right? Because I support Thomas Massey, right? Because Thomas Massey's the only one that actually got shit done in this administration. So why wouldn't I support Thomas Massey? Like, are you stupid?
I'm seriously, the Gentile fatigue is just like, I almost can't even. It's almost like sloppyism is what you people fucking deserve.
Sloppyism? Thomas Massey got the Epstein files released, dog. Thomas Massey, even Marjorie Taylor Greene had helped in that. Thomas Massey literally got the Epstein files released. He got it released. He got it known to the public. Thomas Massey's the one that got the Epstein files released. He's the one voting no for foreign aid. He's actually doing shit. He's actually hurting them. That's why they wanted him out. That's why Trump wanted him out so bad, because Thomas Massey was doing effective damage. And yet you want to say they're not doing anything? You're saying this is all slop? What's getting the Epstein files released? Is that slop? I mean, you are the same guy that said, "Oh, Epstein was fucking cool and had a quarter sip." I said it was just rage baiting, but it's like then you're gonna attack the guy that got the Epstein files released. What the fuck is this shit, bro? Like, I don't even dislike Nick, guys. I really don't, right? Nick does say a lot of good things, but I just don't like when he goes after people like Thomas Massey. I don't even care if he goes after people like Tucker Carlson. It's just people like Thomas Massey were actually doing effective damage and is actually in the ground in Congress, actually voting no against all this, yet you're just going to counter-single him? Like, what's the point of that? Why even do that? You're literally just helping the establishment and helping the Jews by attacking Thomas Massey. So that's what they want you to do. They want us to be divided. They want us to keep fighting. It's playing into their hand.
At this point in time, you deserve Thomas Massey. You deserve Tucker Carlson.
What's your hate boner with Thomas Massey? Yeah, we do deserve Thomas Massey. You deserve Thomas Massey because you know when you want to know why, Nick? You would have never had any knowledge of the Epstein files. You wouldn't have knowledge that Peter Thiel was on it. You wouldn't have knowledge that Trump was on it. You wouldn't have knowledge that any of these people were on the Epstein files if it wasn't for Thomas Massey, bro. If it wasn't for Thomas Massey, nothing about the Epstein files would be revealed. Everything you read about the Epstein files today would not be possible without Thomas Massey. And that is a fact.
Deserve Marjorie Greene. That is literally, you do not deserve anything better than that.
What do you mean? What's better than Thomas Massey? Name someone. Name someone that's better than Thomas Massey. Literally, name anybody. Name somebody that's better than Thomas Massey in Congress right now. Literally, do it. Literally, do it. Name anybody. Name anybody that's in Congress right now that's better than Thomas Massey. Name anybody. Oh, wait, you can't think of anybody? No one in chat can think of anybody? You can't think of anybody? Oh, wait, because there's nobody that's better than Massey right now. And I'm not just doing it to glaze. I'm doing it based on his actions. I'm saying it based on his actions. Who's the one that got the Epstein files released? Who's the one that voted no against foreign aid to Israel? Who's the one that voted no against the illegal invasion of Spain by the Muslims, backed by Congress? Who's the only one that exposed it, that gave voters transparency? Who's the only one that gave evidence to fully prove that Israel and the United States were behind the Morocco invasion? Like, how can you say this guy, we don't need Thomas Massey in the movement when Thomas Massey's done nothing but benefited the movement? Why are you counterselling Massey? I just don't understand that.
That is what you people are. Thomas Massey's looking pretty good for president, huh? Why? Because he voted against foreign aid to Israel?
Yeah. Isn't that what we want? Someone that votes no foreign aid to Israel, someone that is against the Epstein files, that actually got the Epstein files released. Yeah, why wouldn't we want him in office? You say you want J.D. Vance to win, so who do you got? Who do you got? Who do you got that's going to challenge Vance? If it's not Massey, who? Who? Literally, who?
Yeah, well, okay, he's a libertarian. Like,
who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? He's still a conservative. He's still a registered Republican, right? This two-party system bullshit is fucking gay anyways. Why the fuck do we want to keep on with the two-party system? The Republicans are not America first. The Democrats are not America first. And you finally have an America first Republican, yet you want to shut him down? Really? What sense does that make? Am I being retarded, guys? Am I in the wrong somehow? Am I being stupid? Am I just being cringe? Am I being wrong? Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, I'm willing to admit I'm wrong, guys. But I don't think I'm wrong in this at all. I really don't. I don't. Because this stuff's just bullshit.
He's not our guy at all.
Then who is our guy? Name a name. Who's our guy? Who's better than Massey? Who's going to be the one to defeat J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio in the primary? If it's not Massey, if it's not Tucker, then who? Who? Name somebody. Name somebody. Come on.
Marjorie Greene, she's a fucking hillbilly bandwagoner.
Then who? Who else you got, Nick? I'm literally waiting because that's the thing. If you say Thomas Massey's not effective, then who is? Who is effective?
She's a complete bandwagoner. She divorced her husband, cheated on her. I mean, this is just like a ridiculous human being.
Okay, but what about Massey, right? You're jumping on Margie Green, but you said Massey's not going to be like how?
Rode the wave of MAGA in 2018 or 2020, whenever she got elected.
I mean, you did too. We all did. We all rode the wave of MAGA in 2020. To say you didn't was dishonest. You literally were there January 6th. So you can't say you didn't ride the wave of MAGA too during that time, bro. In fact, you let Marjorie Taylor Greene speak at your event when she was still riding MAGA's coattail. So yeah, get out of here with this bullshit.
Tucker Carlson's obviously a CIA, so he's some kind of op. He's some kind of operation.
I just look. I understand we got to be really careful on who we endorse for the America First Coalition because it is a hard job to do. It is something that is really hard to do. But however, the fact that Nick Fuentes wants to counter-single people like Thomas Massey, it's like, who do you have? You have nobody, Nick. You have nobody. You have nobody. You're not endorsing anybody. So why are you telling us not to endorse the only America First candidate that fucking exists? You're literally telling us to endorse. It's like, okay, who do we get? Who do we go for? You want us to just go fully Democrat? Because you're saying the left wants to kill us and all that. How does the left want to kill us and do all that? But then when we get a right-wing person, a conservative that's not a part of the left wing that's calling this shit out, you want to counter-signal him? What the fuck? Like, what is this shit, bro? I don't understand it at all. And I'm saying this is someone that likes Nick. I don't even disagree with Nick with the Kuipers, right? I just disagree with them on this because it's like, why are we going to attack someone that's America First? Why are we attacking our allies? Thomas Massey is an ally of ours. He is an ally. He literally is America First, and you're just going to ankle bite him? He's the only one that got the Epstein files released. You realize that, right? He's the only one that got the Epstein files released, the only one that votes for an aid, the only one that votes no against foreign aid, the only one that voted no against the Morocco invasion of us recognizing the territory. He's the one that exposed the invasion as Israeli and American op. Like, he's the one doing all the work. And then you just want to go and say, oh, fuck the guy that's doing all the work, exposing this shit. Fuck the guy that I'm getting my talking points from. It's like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I don't understand it. I really don't understand why you're counter-signaling someone like Massey. I just don't get it. I really don't get it. Maybe I'm cuckoo. Maybe I'm just autistic. But Massey's the only person, right? He's the only person that is putting America first, and yet you want to counter-signal him? I don't get it. I really don't get it. It is so fucking stupid. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It literally is bullshit, bro. It's bullshit. It's stupid. It's dumb. And I don't understand why Nick Fuentes wants to counter someone like Massey. I don't get it. I really don't get it. He's the only one doing God's work, actually putting himself out there, and you guys just want to fucking, counter signal him and say he's not America First. Oh, he's a libertarian, okay? No, he actually is a Republican. He's just a Republican libertarian. Sometimes you don't have to kiss the ass of the Republicans 24/7. It's not good to do. It's not good to play with this party system because the party system fucks us over. If we just keep voting Republican or Democrat all the time, it's just going to keep fucking us over. The fact that we have somebody that is America First and you just want to counter-signal him, it's like, what the fuck, man? What's up, King Turk Chico? Hopefully you're doing well. I just got done covering Nick Fuentes counter-signaling Thomas Massey, saying Thomas Massey's not America First, even though he's the only one that got the Epstein files released. He's the only one that voted no against that illegal invasion of Spain by Morocco. The only one that's anti-Zionist. The only one that doesn't push all this fucking fake propaganda against Islam and all that. Yet you want to vote against that guy? You want to counter-signal against that guy? You want to counter-signal against someone like Thomas Massey? I just don't understand. I don't understand why he hates Thomas Massey so much. It's just, bro, Thomas Massey's the only one that's putting America first, and yet you want to counter-signal him? I really don't get it. I really don't get it at all. I don't. You know, it's so stupid, it's so dumb. You know, yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and cover this too. Some more bullshit from Nick.
Don't do a show. Please do not do a show.
You're literally doing a show, but how are you going to tell us not to do a show that the safe avenue is to get involved in college debates and stuff when you are literally doing a show right now? Your life is literally doing a political show. It's literally doing a political show, counter signaling against people like Thomas Massey who are actually doing shit, right? Thomas Massey's actually doing stuff. He's actually putting himself out there. He's getting the Epstein files released. He's the one that created the bill to even get transparency on the Epstein files. He's the one that's voting no against foreign aid to Israel. Thomas Massey is actually doing something, and you and your dumbass is counter-signaling against it. So don't tell us to not do a show and to go get out there. When we get out there, you're going to counter-signal against us. You literally counter-signal against people that go out there and do things, that get involved in politics, that run for Congress, that actually do these things you're telling us to do. You counter-signal these people that actually want to change.
Doing a show is the last thing anybody needs, okay?
You didn't even fully endorse Aaron Baker either. It's like, bro.
Okay, the last thing anybody...
Like, what's happened to Nick ever since the new year? Ever since the new year, he's just kind of been just kind of retarded lately. Like, he's saying Epstein's cool, supporting the regime change in Venezuela. It's like, bro, what the fuck?
He needs just one additional show. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. I appreciate you. I understand, you know, you want to do the right thing, but I'm telling you, doing a show is one of the lowest ROI moves.
I mean, obviously, look, he is kind of right where, like, you can't just do a show, right? Doing just a show doesn't help. Like, me just doing the Ravencast doesn't help. But you know what does help? Going to events, running for Congress, going to these events, going on the ground, reporting and actually streaming the stuff that's going on in real time. That's what helps the movement. That's what helps the candidates. Doing a show and yapping all day, yeah, maybe it doesn't help, but I don't just do that, right? I actually go onto the ground. I go to Fishback events, I go to these other events. I actually go to these political events in person. I go to these events in person so I can document this stuff in real time and actually get actual interviews and actual perspectives. And not only that, but to actually promote real political change. So yes, Nick is kind of right. It's like, that's the thing. When someone like Massey is actually doing something, running for Congress and doing a change, for some reason you're counter-signaling. Now, I don't know if it's just because he's a libertarian or if it is, and that's the thing. I don't think Nick's a fad. I just think Nick is misinformed on the Massey thing because Massey's connected to Tucker Carlson. And Tucker Carlson and Nick don't get along at all. So he thinks Massey's an enemy based on guilt by association. But it's like, you shouldn't do that, especially when Massey is the only one actually putting himself out there on the ground, putting himself at risk. He literally risked his election just to put America first. Because you think if you're supporting Trump and Israel and went along with everyone else, you know he would have, Ed Gallerin would never even exist right now. Nobody would know who the fuck Ed Gallerin is if Thomas Massey did not oppose Israel and tell Trump, fuck you. Trump literally said, hey, I will endorse you if you just keep on voting with Israel and don't get the Epstein files released. Because Thomas Massey said that he got a call from Trump about that, right? But guess what? Massey is now, that's the thing. Massey lost his election. They spent $32 million into his campaign. And when Massey's taking all these L's and at his lowest point, instead of being loyal to the America First candidate, you want to decide to counter-signal him. It's like, no. In order for this movement to work, we got to be with each other, even in our lowest moments. We can't just abandon each other whenever we're doing bad. whenever we're not doing so well, you can't just say, well, fuck you, you're on your own. No, we got to be there with our America First brothers. We got to be there with these candidates. Definitely candidates like Thomas Massey, who's risking everything just to put us, the Americans, first.
In politics, because very few people succeed, very few people are good at it.
Yet the one person that is succeeding in being America First, you're counter-signaling. You literally counter-signal against Thomas Massey. It's like, bro, why are you saying this when you're part of the problem? You were part of the problem because you didn't even go out on the ground and fucking create a whole movement for Massey like you used to do. Old America First, old Nick Fuentes, 2020, 2019, you would be on the ground supporting someone like Massey. But now, 2026, for some reason, you don't want to go on the ground and support it. I felt like if you, Myron, and all these political streamers actually went on the ground and protested for Massey, talked to voters down there, and actually helped persuade people in the district instead of just talking shit and counter-signaling, I bet you Massey would have actually won and beaten the establishment. But guess what? You're not doing anything about it. You're counter-signaling Massey, saying you're just a libertarian. Don't vote him for president. It's like, who else you got then? Who? Who's going to get the job done? If it's not Massey, then who? Oh, wait, you don't have anybody. So leave it to us. Leave it to someone like Massey until you find someone better.
And it's very costly to do it because...
It is costly. Massey literally put millions and millions of dollars into this campaign, yet you weren't there for him at all.
If you broadcast frequently, you're going to say things that are reckless or careless, especially when you're young, that are going to come back to bite you.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That is true. But that's the thing. It's like, how do you reach people these days, though? That's another thing. It's like podcasts are mainly something that you do reach. It's like, that's the thing. Everyone's a virtual world. Not only that, but why don't you stop doing a show? Why don't you actually go do something, you know? That's the thing. You actually did do a lot, though, Nick. That's why I still respect Nick. This is just friendly criticism, friendly fire from me. I don't hate Nick Fuentes because Nick Fuentes has done a lot of good for the America First movement. He was one of the people that helped the conversation get mainstream. So obviously we're always going to appreciate Nick Fuentes for that. But that's the thing. Nick's just counter-signaling. I just don't like the counter-signal shit against Thomas Massey. It's like, I understand Tucker Carlson, Joe Kent, and all of them, but someone like Massey, who's actually putting the work and putting the effort into putting America first, why are you counter-signaling that guy?
So it's really like very low chance of success, very low chance of making a living, almost a certain chance that you're going to say something that eliminates many possibilities and opportunities for yourself. You know, if you're talking off the cuff, if you make a mistake, you make an error, it could humiliate and embarrass or disqualify you from certain opportunities for life.
I mean, that part is true, though. That part is, like, true. It's like, that's the thing. It could disqualify you, but it's like, that's the thing. Why don't you back people like Thomas Massey who actually are not disqualified? That's my point, right? Why don't you back people like Thomas Massey that are not disqualified, right? Yeah, he lost the election, but it's like he still has the reputation. Not only that, he's still in Congress right now making big moves, real big moves. He doesn't leave Congress until January 2027, right? So it's like, why are we going to counter signals someone like Massey if I just don't get it? I really don't get it. Not only that, but Ed Galloway's probably going to fucking lose, right? Because Ed Galloway hasn't even tweeted since the fucking election at all.
That's almost a certainty. It's almost certainly going to happen. It's like the probability is 1. But the probability that you get to a level where you make a living, that you have any influence, that you're very successful, that's like 1 in 100,000.
That is true. That's why that's why you spread the truth instead of just wanting wealth and stuff. You just spread the truth no matter what happens. And if you don't make it, you don't make it. At least you have the truth on your side. That's what I keep telling people. That's what this podcast is for. That's what the Ravencast teaches people is no matter how bad things get, no matter how bad the truth gets, right? No matter how bad things get, right? No matter how bad things get, you still tell the truth no matter what. No matter how many attacks are against you, no matter how many people are against you, you got to tell the truth, and you also got to help boost people that are also truth tellers as well. Okay? You got to boost people like Massey. You have to. You got to. You got to boost people like Massey. Okay?
Not a great calculation. So I get it, but I really believe that the safer bet is to just try to get into politics through the conventional way, which is be a college Republican, be an intern, go on.
I mean, Massey's done that, and yet you're counter-selling against Massey, so I don't understand. Look. But we've been going on for an hour. This wasn't supposed to be a long show, but I just wanted to go on that rant. And before I end the show, I just want to say this, right? Here's my main problem with this, right? With Nick counter-selling Thomas Massey, right? Thomas Massey is the only congressman that's fighting for America first, truly, right? He's the only congressman that's fighting it within both sides. And yet, for some reason, people like Nick want to counter-signal Massey. It's like, bro, how are we going to have anyone else like Massey ever again if you're going to keep counter-signaling them? We're never going to get true America First candidates or even people better than Massey if you're going to counter-signal people like Massey. It's like we got to take what we have, right? I don't even think Massey's that bad. I think Massey's done a really good job in Congress, right? I think he's done a really good job. But even if you don't like Massey and you want someone better that's like, more extreme or whatever, how are we going to get someone that's more extreme than Massey when Massey's moderate, and yet you guys won't even back him up? The mainstream media is going after him. Someone that's more extreme than Massey is going to get hit way harder than Massey, right? The more extreme you are about the issue, the more harder you're going to get hit, right? So it's like, why are we going to sit there and sacrifice the moderates we have for someone that's more extreme when the more extreme person is going to be way more censored, way more deplatformed, way more fucked over than someone like Massey? So that's why it's like I don't support counter-signaling Massey. I really don't. I think counter-signaling Massey is stupid. I think it's dumb. It's a dumb thing to do because he's the only one that's putting America first. And the fact that Nick is counter-signaling him is just dishonest, bro. It's just stupid. Look, I don't think Nick's a fed. I just think Nick is just misinformed. And I think he also has a bias towards Tucker Carlson. And Thomas Massey is really cool with Tucker Carlson. So I think the bias has everything to do with it. But even then, it's like, bro, you can't, just because you don't like Tucker Carlson, it doesn't mean you should counter-signal against the movement. It shouldn't mean you should counter-signal against someone like Thomas Massey. Counter-signaling against people like Thomas Massey is really, 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 really dangerous. Because once people like Massey are out, we'll never get someone like that again for a long time. Like, that's the thing. The fact that Massey's already getting out, it's like, who are we going to have? If Aaron Baker doesn't win, who are we going to have? Maybe Brandon Herrera, but is Brandon Herrera going to fucking, be as fucking much of a fighter as someone like Aaron Baker or Thomas Massey? I don't think so. I think Brandon's good. I don't think Brandon's a bad guy. I think Brandon means a lot well, but is Brandon going to fight as hard as Massey? I mean, Brandon did get a Trump endorsement, so it's like, is he really going to fight hard for America first? Is he really going to be like another Thomas? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I don't think Brandon Herrera is going to be the next America First Coalition. It's definitely going to be someone like Aaron Baker, and if Aaron Baker doesn't win, it's going to be nobody. We're literally going to have to rely on people like Volcana and maybe Brandon Herrera once in a blue moon. Because I know once in a blue moon, Brandon's going to say something base and do something, but he's not going to get too in deep like Massey did. Because he knows if he gets too in deep, he's going to lose that Trump endorsement, and he's not going to be able to rerun again. He's going to end up like Massey. So it's like we need people that are not going to give a fuck, and we need some people that's going to change the landscape. And counter-signaling against people like Massey is not it. It's not it. It's just hurting him. It's hurting the America First Coalition. It's hurting America First as a whole. Because people like Massey are doing a really good job right now. They just are. They're doing a really good job. They are actually, exposing all the stuff. They're the only reason why a lot of Republicans are even turning on Trump in the first place. So it's like counter-signaling someone like Massey is just not a good move. It's not a good move at all. So yeah, that's my opinions and all that stuff. Well, I'll be doing a stream tomorrow covering the gaming news and stuff. So if y'all want the gaming news stuff, make sure y'all come tomorrow. But yeah, that's just my little rant on that, on that whole thing. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. It's been me, your boy Lord Triton, and I'm signing out. I'm going to go ahead and sign out, but make sure before I leave the stream, just know, right? It's very important, really, really important, and that's the thing. I want to say this, right? Last thing, right? It's really important to stay loyal to people like Thomas Massey, 100%. It's very, very, very important to stay loyal to people like Thomas Massey, people like even Nick Fuentes. Like Nick Fuentes and Thomas Massey, there needs to be more unity. You don't need to be counter-signaling each other. Fighting each other is what the establishment wants. But if we're all united together, like we used to be, then we'll be so unstoppable. Remember at the beginning of this year where Thomas Massey released all the Epstein files and everyone was covering it? We were all more united earlier this year, March for America and all that. Those were good times because we were all united. We were all, raising eyebrows. We're actually waking people up. But now it's harder to wake people up and we're all divided. We got to be more united. We have to be more united with each other. And we got to stop playing into these fucking stereotypes and stop playing into this division and be united. Fuck right versus left. Fuck Republicans. Fuck Democrats. It's America first or you're not. It's either America first or fuck you. That's how it should be. We shouldn't be fighting with each other. We should be fighting with people that are not America first. That's how we should be fighting with. We should be fighting with people like Ben Shapiro, Asmongold, Mark Levin, Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh, all these people that counter-signal America first. We need to be fighting them. We need to be going after them. They are the enemies. People like Thomas Massey, he's not an enemy. He's literally the only one in Congress actually doing a damn thing. So that's my speech on that. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. It's been me, your boy Lord Triton, still standing with Thomas Massey. Thomas Massey's the GOAT. James FishBacks the GOAT. Everyone's the GOAT. America first is the true way. And anybody that's creating division or trying to fucking, destroy America first, fuck you. All right. That's it for me. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.